What's up, everyone? We're back with another video. I did get a winning trade today. I went 1 for 1. I lost my first trade because I was being stupid as fuck, but I ended up coming back and was able to make the day green. So I'll break it down. We're about to pass this eval. We're pretty close. I don't want to be like too full of myself or be like too obsessive with where we're at, because we damn well could drop, $500 tomorrow and put ourselves in a shitty situation. But you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta keep rolling. Don't get full of yourself. This shit's not real. Just gotta get over it. So I will be breaking down what I got today. Our roommate walked by. Okay, so on the 4 hour, we are in a bearish downtrend here. You can see we are making big legs up, but in terms of higher time frames, if we're looking at the weekly, we are going down on both pairs. So if we look at the hourly on both, we do have this hourly imbalance that I did mark out. I knew today, going into the day, we did have PMI at 10 a.m. Price was around here at that time. I knew if price was bearish, what I was looking for is just for us to tap into this hourly, then move down further. If price was bullish, I was looking for an inverse of this 1 hour, targeting these external highs up here, which is Asian session. Either way, I knew I was going to make a play coming out of this hourly gap. Okay. Same with ES. We go on the 1 hour here. Same exact shit. Hourly fair value gap right there, unfilled, going into market open. I knew bearish meant I'd be tapping in, going lower. Bullish meant I'd be inversing this, going higher. Okay, so let's go to the 15-minute, break it up by session. So in Asian session, we have a huge jump. I just marked this take profit out just to see how many points. Like 239 ticks is crazy. Like, that's a lot. So we get Asian session distribution and price. London session just range, we're just accumulating. So what I was looking for on both pairs was for a manipulation and then a reversal out of that. So that manipulation leg obviously would have been this manipulation to this hourly for value gap, and then a reverse down, which is the trade that I ended up catching. Just going to 15 here too. See, same exact shit plays out. All right, I'm going to go on the 1 minute and show you a trade I did have marked out, but I faded on considering it was so close to news, and it just wasn't a part of my trading plan. I don't like trading before news. It's never done me any justice. It worked today, but I promise you it's not a sustainable thing. Okay. Alrighty, so what do we got here? This is, market opens at 9:30, so that's right here. What do? Come down here, sweep out London session lows. However, we do not manage to do that on ES. So taking a long out of here actually was not a bad idea. I did see someone do something like this. They were on a 30-second. This is crazy. They were on a 30-second, right? And took a long out of that inverse for value gap right there and targeted this hourly gap up here, which is a fucking solid ass trade. But again, look at where your take profit is. That's 9:48. That's not a guaranteed time of take profit because news is at 10. So I didn't want to trade, like, although this presented itself, I wasn't going to trade this because it's too close to news. So, and you could have taken this trade too. You formed a 5-minute for value gap right here. What do? We tap into it, rally higher, take our take profit at the top of this hourly unfilled up here. So I could have taken that, but again, I didn't want to do that because look at our take profit time. What is that? 9:55, 5 minutes before news. Come on, dude. No, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Okay, so news comes out. Bearish. Word. Understood. So like I said before, what am I looking for? We're in this 1 hour for value gap. I'm looking for a confluence out of that to trade. So on ES, the pair I traded it on, on ES, we get a bearish S&T. We manage to fall below these lows, whereas on NQ, we take them out. So that means ES is the leading index. We're going to go lower. So I knew, okay, now that ES is the leading index, I will be looking to short on here. Now this is where I fucked up, and this is why I went 1 for 1. See this big candle leg down? When this candle was forming, I was so confident that we were going to shoot down even lower because we formed this bearish S&T. We inverse this gap right here. I was like, yeah, we're definitely going to go lower. So I entered right there. And as you can see, we end up getting stopped out. And that was stupid because I should have followed my rule. I should have waited for a body candle closure out of the 5 minute. A body candle closure, not a wick, a body candle closure. So after I did that, I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? Like, I'm so stupid. So then I took the proper trade, and you'll see. See this 1 minute? What happens? We trade back into this 1 minute. Then we start pushing lower. Then we inverse the 5 minute. That's when I cancel. That's when I entered. Put my stops above this 5 minute up here. Targeting this first unfilled 5 minute fair value gap. There was another unfilled 5 minute fair value gap down there. You could have targeted either or, but again, it's not guaranteed that we inverse this 5 minute. It's a possibility we reject and go higher. And I just need to take my profits for the day. So I targeted this one. Perfect 1 to 1. I could have targeted down here, could have targeted all the way through there, but that's not guaranteed, like I said. So pretty solid day. We were getting candles legs up, and I was getting kind of nervous, but then I told myself, why in the fuck would it go up? News came out bearish. We tapped into an hourly for value gap. We're making legs out of it. Obviously, respecting bearish order flow. As you can see, boom, 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 boom. We're in a downtrend. We're trading towards low resistance liquidity, which is these unfilled 5 minutes. We tapped in the 1 minute for value gap, are pushing lower. We inverse the 5 minute. Everything is lining up for it to be a bearish entry. That's exactly what I did. I held. Even though I was like negative 800 up here, I knew I had to hold this. That's exactly what I did. Then we get a flush down, and my take profits get smashed. And I could have held through, but I didn't because I need my profits. So that's all. Now, you could have stayed on till this 10:30 time, and that actually is not a bad idea. But I had class, so I had to go. My class is at 11. But next semester, dude, we are locking the fuck in because we have classes starting at 12:15, so we will be on the charts at that time. I could have taken a long out of here. Now, this is an ideal setup. I really like this play. I see this present itself almost all the time. Almost all the time I see this shit happen. So, what is it? I'll show you. I call this the SMT convergence play. So, do you remember that SMT I pointed out right here, right? Bang. This SMT right here. Bang. At some point in time, although they're not aligned right now, at some point in time, these pairs will align and match up together. And it does. Where it matches up usually is where a 5 minute fair value gap is. And where that 5 minute fair value gap is, that's where 5 minute equilibrium is. If you could see. This bottom leg to this top leg, that's equilibrium. There's a 5 minute unfilled right there. What is this? Same exact shit. But top leg to the bottom leg, 5 minute fair value gap, equilibrium. That's exactly what happens. This shit happens all the time. If you go back and back test, you will see this shit happen. It happens pretty often. This is another short I had marked out. Ignore that. This happens pretty often. Now, what can you do to profit from this? I will show you. So you wait for the convergence. So you can trade the initial disconnect. A lot of people trade the initial disconnect, which is the SMT forms, and then you trade the leading index. That's the initial disconnect. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can trade the convergence, which means at this point, the point where it taps into equilibrium, taps in that unfilled fair value gap, same with the other pair, that's when you trade the reversal out of it. So what do? We tap into the 5 minute unfilled fair value gap, and that's 5 minute equilibrium. There are 2 fair value gaps right here. What do? We inverse them. You can enter as soon as you see that, right? As soon as you see that, put your stops below that candle, and you can target the top of the equilibrium. The top of the equilibrium. And that'd be perfect. That is a perfect fucking trade. I love this type of trade. I see this present itself all the time. But again, I wasn't at the charts at this time because I was in class. Yeah, at this point in time, I literally was in class. So yeah, that is a really, really solid trade. A lot of traders like to take that. I did see PB take this trade as well. He ended up going break even because we wicked all the way up here. So when we started making legs down, he already moved his stops at break even, so he got stopped out. But this is a really solid trade. I really like this. If you took this trade, props to you, because that is a really solid trade. That is a part of my strategy. I wait for a retracement, then an inverse or valley gap. The better the retracement, the better the trade's going to be, right? So, yeah, this is really solid. If you took this, more power to you. That is it, pretty much. Again, tomorrow we do not have news, so it could be a pretty iffy day. That is it, though. I hope you guys enjoy. I will be posting this. I am going to a Flyers game in a little bit, so that'll be all. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Peace.